Hello, I'm Gloria Babel from Milford, here at WBOC's historic Studio D. You're watching Delmarva Life.
We talked a little bit about how to clean up the inside of your home when a storm damages it and how to get the outside of your home ready for a storm.
But when bad weather strikes, it's important to make sure the top part of your home is ready too, your roof.
We went to the experts at Peninsula Roofing in Salisbury to find out what people should know to keep their family and property safe.
When a storm comes barreling through where you live, there's a lot to think about. Odds are, of all the things on your mind, your roof isn't one of them.
Your roof is up there in the brunt of the storm. It's taking the full force, so you want to make sure that you're paying attention to it.
Sean Fahey is the Vice President of Operations for Peninsula Roofing in Salisbury. He's seen firsthand the damage storms can cause. Remember this scene last September when a tornado came through Ocean City? It ripped the roof of this condo right off.
It was an incredible storm. I've never seen a portion of the roof deck and roof actually be picked up and carried across the entire building.
And while all storm damage doesn't look like this, it shows the power and unpredictability of Mother Nature. So how do you make sure your roof can withstand powerful winds and heavy rains? There are some simple things you need to know.
For residents, you should call a professional out to come clean out your gutters and just make sure that your roof is in decent shape. You don't have any large areas of missing shingles so that you're vulnerable.
Another thing to pay close attention to, any low-lying trees around your house, especially if large limbs or foliage are rubbing right up against the shingles. This, coupled with high winds, will do damage.
On a shingle roof, it can be ripping off shingles, it can be removing some of the granules that help extend the life of your roof. On a flat roof, a tree branch, if it's floating around, can actually puncture right into the roof. And obviously, once you have a hole in your roof, then you have water coming in your building.
If you live in a condo or own a business, Sean says it's also important to make sure there are no loose items on the roof.
All right, let's also talk about the importance of securing items on the roof during a storm like this HVAC system here.
A lot of businesses and condos have their HVAC units sitting right up on the roof. You really want to make sure that the unit is secured and that the whole assembly, the unit and the supports, are secured to the roof so that it doesn't become a projectile if you get a strong wind. One of the things that you'll see, particularly in Ocean City, is anything that goes up on the roof really should meet the same uplift pressures that the roof itself does. That way when a storm comes through, everything's been engineered to be able to withstand that storm.
The type of roof you have should also be on your mind as a storm approaches. Sean says certain roofs can pose dangers to people and things below. Take this gravel surface built-up roof, for example. The loose stones that sit on top can actually become projectiles during a storm and cause injury or damage.
Another type of roof that people should be paying attention to is a ballasted roof. And that's similar to the gravel surface built-up roof, but it has typically about 3 to 4 inch diameter stone sitting on top of the roof with concrete pavers around the perimeter. That type of roof actually relies on the weight of that ballast to hold it into place. Before the storm, a professional should really come and check it to make sure that your perimeter ballast is still in place where it needs to be so it has the best chance of making it through the hurricane.
And if you're looking to have your roof checked ahead of Mother Nature's wrath, Peninsula Roofing does just that.
If you're concerned about it, you can also always have somebody come out and take a look at that. That's one of the things that we do associated with our maintenance program, is after any named storm or where winds exceed 50 miles an hour, we come out and we check the roof for you and say, everything looks fine, or hey, there's a little bit of damage, this is what we would recommend to fix it.
After a storm passes, damage could be left behind. Sean advises people shouldn't inspect or fix their own roof. Leave it to the professionals.
I know everybody, when they get home from the hurricane, they're excited, they want to make sure everything is okay. The roofs are often slippery, there may be debris, there may be damage up there. You really don't want to go climbing onto the roof yourself because there is good potential for injury and it's not the safest thing in the world. Your best bet really is to call out a professional to look at it, make sure everything is okay, and give you good peace of mind.
It all comes down to being proactive and making sure your roof is in tip-top shape so it can weather any storm that comes your way.
A lot of good information. Sean Fahey also adds that if you are in your house during a storm and your roof starts to leak, try to find out where the leak is coming from within reason. That way, after the bad weather passes, you can give the professionals a rough idea of where that water is coming from. So definitely more people should be paying attention to their roof.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't go on top of my roof.
No, as you shouldn't. Leave it to the professionals. And if water does leak into your home, do you know how much it would cost to clean up? An expert is here to help you figure it out and how to make sure your insurance will cover it.
Plus, how your insurance policy may change based on the weather outside. The Delmarva Life Storm Safety Show continues next.